So, do I just...
Matrix taker
Whoa.
detected. Configuration compatible.
Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm the Bearded OG, and in this episode, we're going to get started with the third main storyline here in the series. So let's talk to Alex Lamar and see what's going to happen here. I hope you've gotten some rest. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of taking it easy for too long. We need to urgently get ourselves in a better position. This will take some time. If you can take a few tasks off my hands, I'd be very grateful. Otherwise, I'll see you soon at the new Glad base. I'm looking forward to it. Take good care of yourself. Okay, so these appear to be side storylines for each of the places. Probably will not do that because I'm not going to promise anything one way or the other, but yeah, I want to finish the main storyline. That's been my goal all along, so that we can get into Reforged Eden 2 single player. So let's just start this and not worry about the side missions for now. I might change my mind later. If any of those are really worth doing in your guys' opinion, then let me know, and that might influence things too. But for now, not really planning on doing those. Okay, so let's activate this mission. Start the mission for better understanding. Make sure you do Phoenix, Lost, and Found in New Terra, which we've done. Talon, system, Ellyon, location, Omicron. Oh, so we got to go back to Omicron, huh? Terminal Nexus, main story, mission arc finale. Faction is Talon. The system is back in Ellyon. Location is Omicron. UI Omicron control station. Talk to Tharkin. Okay, so I guess... Oh. Please follow the instructions to begin into the Ellyon system. Warp to the orbit of the planet Omicron. By the space station to meet Tharkin. Gotcha. Okay, so I guess we're done with Alex. And she's just going to repeat the same thing. Okay, so see you later. Bye. Would have been nice if we could have gone at least on one date, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. All right, guys. Well, I have some jumping to do then. If we take a look here, the Ellyon system is a few jumps back towards our home base. In fact, well, here let's get out into space first, and then we'll take a look-see at it. Okay, so Akua is 144 light years away. That's 2.5 jumps for our current jump drive, because we have the advanced jump drive. So what that means then is we have to kind of manually plot a course in that direction. So let's go show on map, and it is behind us. Is that blue dot where we're currently at? I think so. So if we look at the galactic map, we need to head, well, we need to basically head LOL north towards this Xerax Empire. Okay, so, how do I recenter on my own ship without having to get all the way out of the menu again? I don't know. So let's go towards Galactic North, which is this way. Okay, so let's stop here. Oh, shit. Wow. Guess we're really close to the station. Let's stop here. We'll turn our thrusters off. And we'll go in and we'll talk to Tharkin. That's Kezel. Where's Tharkin at? Who the hell is Tharkin? Your trader. Oh, he's up above. Okay. Well, look at you, Tharkin, Mr. Hologram. Talk. Welcome, Commander. I apologize for not being able to meet you in person, but I am tied up with urgent business. Please forgive me for getting straight to the point, even though I owe you my life for rescuing me from the Xerax prison. Time is running out, and I must ask for your help once again. Does the name Tosh Aki Talon mean anything to you? Yep, it keeps popping up, but refresh our memory again, please. Tosh Aki Talon was a highly respected scientist at the Talon Xerax Academy of Science over 1,000 years ago during the War of Silence. She searched the 4 moons of the gas giant here in the Ellyon system for remnants of the so-called progenitor. I suspect she came across information that could be vital to our survival today. Unfortunately, she went missing in the turmoil of the battle for the Ellyon system. And what would you like me to do about it? Okay, let's get to the point and not lose time. We have discovered that Tosh Aki Talon apparently left behind personal logs in which she recorded the events and her findings. These logs are located at her places of work on the 4 moons of the local gas giant. And before you ask, yes, we also find it difficult to explain why no one seems to have found them more than 1,000 years. That makes it all the more important to recover and examine the information. We need at least 5 PDA logs to proceed. Where exactly should I look? According to information, there are a total of 16 logs, 4 on each moon of the gas giant. I would like you to retrieve at least 5. Search nearby and inside the Black Obelisks and also near the Font of Knowledge artifacts on the 4 moons. We have to assume that some logs have already been recovered and taken to the settlements or science stations. It's best to ask around, but be discreet. Okay. And I guess I've found 2 logs already. Sort of kind of remember that. Very good. Okay. Location, Akua, Ningu, Skillen, Masprin, Speak Tharkin again. So... obviously, well, not obviously. I think what that means is I've already found some here on Omicron. But it doesn't seem to indicate that. Is that something in a journey book that I could see? Thought there was a place that I could look up that sort of thing. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go back to Akua first, because then we can stop off at our base, since we haven't been there in I don't know how long. And then we'll take a look around Akua at the Black Obelisks and Font of Knowledge places and see if we can figure out what we're looking for. And there be our base. Been a long time since we've been back here. Get lined up. We never did build a proper CV dock for this place, but it's okay. We knew we weren't going to really be spending a hell of a lot of time here, so not that big of a deal. Get in, whoop, right about there. And then go down to about there. That's a little wonky. Alright, what happens if we cut the thrusters? Are we going to fall backwards? Nope, we're good. Landing gears came down. It's a beautiful thing. Home sweet home. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, so let's see here. What do we need to do here? We need to... I want to harvest the garden, assuming that our plants aren't all dead. We do have solar power. Yep, looks like they're good. Okay, so let's... Oh, they're still growing. That's funny. We've been gone for months and months and months, and they're still growing. But it has to do with, I believe, with the player proximity. So we're going to do that, and then we could drop some stuff off. Also, I wanted to... Is this a normal constructor? Yeah. We could probably make the Jade Jet. But if we do that, we probably have the resource. If we have all the resources, they're going to be on the capital vessel and not in our base, because there isn't really a whole lot in that base. I pretty much cleaned it out. You're making Pentaxa too, by the way, to replenish our very long space trip. Interstellar space trip. Strip, trip. Not strip, trip. Okay, so let's look at something here. If we go to here, and we go to here, and we go to here, and we add that to the factory, we have everything we need in here except for 8 small optronic bridges and 4 small optronic matrices. I believe we've looted some of that stuff. Have we? Got a bunch of large optronics from taking apart T3 extenders. If we look at general storage, I have 2 small optronic bridges there. I don't have the matrices though. So why don't we go here and we'll slurp those into there. And we only need 6 more small optronic bridges. Can I make such a thing in the small constructor? Probably not, but let's check anyways. No, I don't see it in here because it would be in this list. But I can make and tax it in here. So let's turn this on and queue up a bunch of those. I have more raw pentaxid in storage, so I'm not gonna burn all of that up. And then we'll get rid of all of these. Okay, so I need 6 more smalls. Let's just see if we can make 6 of those first, and if we can, then we'll see if we have enough stuff left to make the small. Now, I know I can also purchase that stuff, but since our time on this vanilla series is coming to a close, it would be nice to bring the Jade Jet in and at least fly it around and use it a little bit before we wrap things up here. So now what we're going to do is let's go back to the farm and see if those other plants decided to grow now that we're here. Nope, still growing. Well, son of a bitch. Okay. Well, let's just do this then. Let's connect to the fridge in the Sky Fortress. And we will pick everything that is ready to pick. So we have all that in there. And then we'll just have to come back here and check when those other things are ready, and hopefully that won't take too much longer. There's not really a whole lot more for us to do here. Well, here at the base, we are going to stay on Akua until we find that log. Okay, so that is all of that stuff, but yeah, this is all still growing, so we'll come back and I guess check that stuff later. As far as the base goes, oh yeah, we got lots of fuel in here, which means for the very small amount of power it's been using, I don't know why I didn't turn the lights off. Oh, I know why, because we need the farm plots going, right. That means it's probably just using almost exclusively solar power, which is a good thing. As far as storage goes in this base, I've got a bunch of that. Could probably move. Got a ton of Promethean pellets though. Maybe let's move some more of this into here. Too bad you couldn't break these down into small ones, you know? That'd be nice. So, bulk storage, deconstructor, fridge inputs just got seeds. Nothing in the output. Main inputs just got some very, very basic stuff. Blue storage has nothing. Red storage has stuff that doesn't matter. Well, actually, shotgun upgrade kit. Let's grab those. But that's not where they go. Go to miscellaneous. There we go. Just looking at that stuff. Okay, so yeah, there's just not really anything we need to do here, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the CV here, and we're gonna get in the Jade, or not the Jade Jet. I'm sorry, the Stingray, and go find that log while we wait for those crops to grow and these bridges to be made. Because yeah, it looks like they're gonna take a little while, which does not surprise me. Okay. We are in good shape food-wise, health-wise, all of that. So let's head on over and jump in the Stingray and go find these logs. Whoops. Open the door first, then jump. There we go. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Open the door first. Jump and move to the right. There. Okay, so we have an obelisk marked over here. Let's go check it out. On our weaponry too. So I thought we already looked at all this stuff on this planet, though. Maybe not. Search nearby and inside the Black Obelisks, and also near the Fonts of Knowledge artifacts on the 4 moons. Right. Okay, there's some other information, too, that I was looking at. If we look at the PDA, it says follow the yellow marker. Inside the obelisk, close to the starting area, investigate the font nearby the obelisk in a small camp or wreckage or station, or in a camp wreckage station near the font of knowledge. So it could be in any of these places, and such as this scientist camp. Might as well pick this stuff. Talk to the network console. Planet, location, private user history. You are logged in. I don't. Wait, what's this? Need help with finding logs, private data logs, backup, archive. Private note documentation obligation fulfilled. Yeah, so these are the 2 logs that we've already found, logs 1 and 2. If you guys want to read this again, just pause the screen. I'm not going to read it again myself. Okay, so let's close this and see if we can find what we're looking for. So we'll start by looking in the obelisk here. And why did I just take radiation? That was weird. Might as well pick some of this stuff whilst we're at it, since it's just there for the picking. All right, how do we get inside this obelisk? There's just a front door we walk in, or is it more complicated than that? Yes, there's a front door. Use key matrix to unlock. Okay, key matrix. Oh, wait a minute. I guess I just got credit for this. Maybe it's because we did find it earlier and we just needed to look at it in the console to have it register for the quest. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I guess we're done here. So I'm going to go back to the base. Hopefully those crops are ready to harvest. And then we might as well just go right down the list. So we'll go to Ningu's next. And I may not bring you back until we get to Ningu's unless something substantial happens between hither and yon. See you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we are entering the orbit of Ningu's. And it looks like the obelisk we're looking for is just 3.5 clicks or so over here. Let's go check it out. Search nearby and inside the Black Obelisks and also near the Font of Knowledge artifacts. Yes, 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 yes. Scout something or other over there. Oh. Guess we didn't need that tree. Okay, so is this obelisk going to... It's going to ask us for that key thingamadoodle, huh? Key matrix to unlock. I don't even know what a key matrix is. Alright. There's something over here. Like a ruin. Oh! Oh, fuck. Those guys are bad. That was a Polaris guard. Raging Hishkal. I heard something over that way, I thought. Silicon. I mean, I guess we can take that. Don't really need it. Oh, there's another one. Hello there. You missed. Okay. Are we going to have any more of these dudes? Yes. Have a shotgun sandwich. Okay, I guess that's all of the enemies. Let's go in here and see if there's anything interesting. Yeah, we got a thing here. Tales of Tashed Damaged Datapad. Unlocks the associated Tales of Tashed log when picking this item up. Damaged private data device found. Reconstruction of the information in the buffer memory has been partially successful. Should the existing data be read out? Yeah. While investigating one of the medium-sized artifacts, I stepped into some kind of activation area. It charged my suit with an unknown form of energy and created a kind of personal code card out of nowhere. It is a key matrix. Yes, I need one of those. As the voice told me, from the point where this happened, I can now understand the progenitor's language. Progenitor means activate the knowledge to ascend. The artifact that charged my suit is called Font of Knowledge, whatever this means. Okay. Where can I watch the logs again? Reconstruction status 3 of 16. We already know that. We can watch them from here. Okay, cool. So that takes care of Ningu's, and we're kind of hungry. Let's have one of those. Okay. Next is Skillin. Let's go. Hey, something just occurred to me. If we go near the Font of Knowledge thingamadoodle, we could get the matrix, which would allow us to go in here. And I wonder what's in here. I mean, like, are there loot chests specifically? So We'd have to fly around to find a font of knowledge. I think I will. I think I'm going to leave the CV here. And let's just jump in the Stingray and fly around a little bit and see if we can find one of these font of knowledge thingamadoodles. Hey, here we go. Commander, I'm picking up some kind of communication signal. Maybe we should follow it before we get bogged down here or do something that might impede our progress later on. Shall I set a marker? Yes, and also, Ida, you really shouldn't disrupt my ability to control the ship when you do that because strange things will happen. Okay, let's go to this font of knowledge. It's a science vessel. It's kind of cool looking. So, do I just...
Matrix taker detected. Configuration compatible. Imprint and access permission enabled. Key matrix generated.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so we got a key matrix. Matrix taker detected. Configuration compatible. That was kind of cool. It's also kind of loud, too. All right. Here, you can go away now. How do I... Here, go away. Thank you. Okay, let's head back then to the obelisk. Go inside and see what there is to see. That's the key matrix. Okay, let's go inside and... Ooh. Welcome, aspirant of the Ascension. Deepen your knowledge and face your test. Okay. That's pretty damn cool looking. Might want to get a screeny of that. Okay. There's a thing there and a thing here. Tales of Tash. That's, yeah. Key matrix open the obelisk for us. In the lower area, there's a portal that we could not activate. Apparently, a console and the key we got from the font of knowledge are not enough. The teleporters in the upper part of the building lead to other moons of the gas planets. The others said I should wait for reinforcements from the academy. That's all I need. Having to share this discovery with my mother. I've got myself a suit and I'm going to try the upper teleporters. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Right. Okay. So... Ooh, there's a lot of radiation in here. Can I do this? Nope. All members of the expedition teams report to the responsible base commanders. Maximum alert level applies. Important, what? A system error technician has been informed time since messages some date from, I guess, a long-ass time ago. They said... Didn't they say there was teleporters up here? Ooh, there is. That's cool. All right, what the fuck's going on out here? You shoot at my ship, asshole. That wasn't a Polaris drone, was it? We're not enemies with Polaris. No, we're neutral. What the hell? It doesn't say whose drone this is. Alright. Hopefully we didn't get any serious damage on the ship. I mean, we can put a repair bay down later and check that, I guess. I think he'd only gotten off 2 or 3 shots before I killed him, so it would be very minimal damage. That's weird. Okay, let's parkour up here. Okay, so this goes to... Why did it just disappear? It's... You have to be... I don't get it. It pops up for Snow Obelisk at Ningus. Okay, that's where we are. Where does this go? Temperate Obelisk at Akua. Come on, man. Why is that so wonky? Here, get rid of that. I don't think that matters. It, like... I think it said skill on. I don't know why it doesn't stay up there, and this is Masperon. Okay, so it kind of uses the colors, too, to indicate which planet. Here's the thing. If we... Got the key matrix. Let me... Put all of this stuff into there. We should, theoretically, be able to go to each one of these obelisks, get in because we have the key matrix, and then teleport back here. Before we do that, though, I'm going to save first. Okay, so if there's a planet we would want to get stranded on, it would be Akua. We already have a base there. So let's go... I guess maybe I just need to get close to that. Because we haven't been inside of the obelisk at Akua. We could at least go in there, get the loot out of the thing, and then teleport back here to go do the other ones. Okay, let's go down. Get another Tales Attach. Read it. As I expected, teleporter worked and rematerialized me in one piece of my destination. The rooms here are identical to the one in the obelisk I came from. 4 teleporters in the upper room. A portal entrance in the area. I measure the energy flow. It seems that these obelisks are some kind of nodes where a form of unknown energy converges. My measurements also indicate there seems to be a malfunction of some sort. My instruments say that the energy is draining away somewhere. It doesn't seem to be the way it should be. I don't hear the voice anymore, by the way. I don't know if that's a good sign. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. Let's go back up. And, well, you know what we could do is... Let's just go straight to skill on next. And then we'll go to Masperon. And then we'll just come back to Ningus to get our ships. Skill in or bust. Search nearby inside the Black Obelisks and also near the Font of Knowledge artifacts of the 4 moons. Yep, we already know that. Take a look outside. Hi, Skillin. I think we came, yeah, we came here once, just very briefly, early on in this playthrough. It's a rescue pod. Okay. Let's grab the thing. Yep, read it. I've been observing the local obelisks for the last few days. We've placed network consoles on all 4 obelisks and at the camps near the Font of Knowledge of each moon so as not to miss any relevant data. I'm pretty sure now that what we have here is a system that extends over all the moons of the gas giant. It generates a form of energy field. In the moments when the system is stable, the obelisks charge with it and release it in pulses. These pulses sometimes lead to communication failures in the vicinity of the obelisks. I'm afraid that if the charges become stronger, it might become a problem for more of our equipment. Okay, very cool. On to Masperon. days are getting more uncomfortable. The tone here is getting noticeably rougher. The war is coming closer. The Commandant's office has assigned me a personal guard named Kel Haizani, one of the Krogum elite soldiers. I'm not sure what that's about. He is to accompany me as soon as I leave the camp. I don't mind. The guy is at least pleasant. Apparently he's already served with General Garin on the High Guard. Well, I could have been there too if I hadn't been pelted with misgivings, concerns about what a Talon and foster daughter of a Xerax general would do in the High Guard. So what? Okay. Okay, so we have recovered enough to satisfy the quest. Wait, what? What the hell just happened? I don't know. So we have... there's a couple more we could find, but do we really want to take the time to do that? Something told me somewhere. So that's just gonna... All members' expertise... Maximum... Yeah, that's the same shit that it said before. Masperon. Jungle planet. Wait. Isn't Masperon an alien planet? It's an alien swamp planet. Right. Okay. Alright, let's get back to Ningyu's and get our ship and then figure out where... well, I guess we got to go back to Omicron, don't we? Okay, so I'll just see you guys back at the space station in Omicron. Houston, we have a problem. Looks like that drone did penetrate our hole somewhere. Because I am cold. So let's start. Putting an EVA boost on. Okay. And then we'll take a shower because that'll warm us up. So where is that hull breach at? The drone approached the ship from the port side, so it was kind of shooting this way. Oh, I gotta take those thrusters back off. So where the hell is the hole at? Oh, there it is right there. Sure enough. Alright, let's replenish our air. Let's eat something. What can I make besides rations? Pizza. Let's make some pizza. I'll eat that later, though. Okay, I'll see you guys at the space station. Okay, we are here. Turn off the thrusters. And head inside and see what Tharkin has to say. Alright, Tharkin, my dude. Thanks for digging up these logs. Our team will evaluate them as soon as possible. We hope that we will find information that will help us prevent the worst from happening. I need a few minutes to transfer all the data. Let's meet back here in a few minutes to discuss the next steps. Alright, see you soon. Bump, bump. Okay, a few minutes have gone by. Let's talk to him again. The data packages you delivered to us are invaluable in our fight against the Legacy. However, it will still take some time before they're fully analyzed. In the meantime, I would like to ask you for another favor. We need an info from the Tesh Collective, without which we will hardly have any success. Since I trust you, I would ask you to fly to the Namorda star system and make contact with their ambassador. Yeah, what is this Tesh business? The Tesh are a machine species. Conscious AIs, if you will. Though that doesn't quite capture it. It's complicated. The Tesh ignore us biologicals at best. To everything else that resists or obstructs them, they react very decisively. Imagine our surprise when one of their ambassador's units contacted us and asked for our help with a problem they apparently can't solve themselves. That's all we've learned so far, and pushing the Tesh for answers gets you nowhere. So keep your eyes and ears open, as you Terrans like to say. Alright, and tell us about the Legacy. That's what we call the psychonic entity that plunged the galaxy into the War of Silence over 1,000 years ago. We thought it had been defeated, but we were wrong. The Legacy is rising again, but this time we have to stop it once and for all, and that can only be done with extreme determination. The legacy takes over its victims with a kind of nanoparticle. Mutations are often the result. Only a few known cases of resistance exist. If you've already come into contact with these particles, you've probably been incredibly lucky, or you're one of the few known cases. Okay. I'm on my way. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. We will pick up right where we left off in the last episode, en route to the Nemorta star system. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share the video, and we'll catch you all in the next episode. Goodbye.